Hello, welcome, hello and welcome. Thanks for being here, everybody. I am Dan, your friendly fishmonger at dansfish.com. We do this every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. That's 9 Eastern for those that are mountain challenged. Glad to have you here. Thanks for spending your Wednesday with us. You might notice we're doing this a little bit different this time. We're using StreamYard, and that's because we have a guest that we'll bring on momentarily here. Our evil Santa guest. You all probably know him. But before we do that, we're going to do what we always do, which is our shipping report, and we'll get to the giveaway. Hang on, I got to get a little drink here. Chris R., thanks for being a member. Thanks for joining up. Really appreciate it. Everything's a little different on StreamYard, so I'm going to be a little clunkier today than normal, but it's worth it for the event that our guest is going to talk about. Shipping report. I am thrilled to say that we're doing pretty good. We're at our 99% goal, kind of. So we crunched all the numbers and we're 99% success for the year since February 1st, like we want to be. But there's this ongoing issue in the background. So I can't really celebrate it yet. So what the issue is there was a tank of Kalitawas. We have several tanks of Kalitawas. We ship them all the time. But this one particular tank we shipped from, and I think three different customers that we had shipped to reached out to us within a few days and said, hey, they look good and everything, but they're not eating. And maybe they're swimming a little funny. And so we're like, oh no, what's going on? So we've worked with those customers. We've been keeping an eye on this for 2 to 3 weeks now, I believe. Some of them have lost some of those Kalitawas. I think out of all the orders we sent over that 2-week period, we've lost 6. I expect we might lose about 6 more. So we haven't put those in the data sheet that calculates all this until that shakes out completely, which is why for now we're at 99%, but we know we're not. We know we're going to have to recalculate once we see how all the shipments that went out from that aquarium are doing. Now we have several aquariums, several tanks of Kalitawa, so we're shipping from a different tank now and things are good. But for some reason, this one tank developed a problem. It wasn't something that was demonstrable, like nothing that we could see when we looked at the aquarium. And it only became evident after the fish had gone through the ordeal of shipping and got to the customers. So I want to apologize to those customers. They know who they are. We're working with them. We'll take care of them and everything. But we never want to send sick fish. But sometimes fish are really good at hiding an illness. And we appreciate people, if there's a problem, letting us know right away. Because if we get multiple problems from a single tank that we've sent fish from, then we know there's something going on. So that's the case here. So a yay kind of shipping report. So we'll have to recalculate and get back to you within a week or two when that's all shaken out. And we know exactly, did some pull through or are they all not going to make it, what that situation is. So that's what's going on with the shipping report. Besides those Kalitawa, though, besides that one aquarium that the fish we shipped from that tank are having some trouble, we have no other problems to report for the entire month of December so far. So if it wasn't for that one, gosh dang doggone it, tank, we would be right where we want to be, but we're not quite there because of that issue. So shipping report is done. Let's get to the giveaway. So we have what I think is a really cool giveaway today. Now we have a special guest joining us soon, but I wanted to get the giveaway out of the way first. Here's what we're giving away. That's right. The legendary, the mop beard. This is what our giveaway is today. I just thought it'd be fun. What it is really is 5 pretty darn nice spawning mops all ready to go. Plus, you can say you have the mop beard. So it's more fun than valuable. I understand that. But every now and then, you got to do something that's just fun. So if you would like to enter to win the mop beard, then it's pretty easy. You can do that just by entering Mopbeard in the chat again, like we did last week. Hashtag Mopbeard. Hashtag MOPBEARD. And then you could win. You too could win the Mopbeard. Hopefully that'll be fun for people. Oh, I just did it. I didn't mean to bring him up yet, but there he is. I clicked the wrong button. Oh, hey. But there's Evil Santa.
Oh.
I wanted to bring Rico Stan here, everybody. If you didn't get the thumbnail, that comic character, I forget the name of it. It's not the Joker. What is it, Rico?
That's actually from Transmetropolitan. It's a comic book from Warren Ellis, one of my favorites.
Yeah,
his name is Spider Jerusalem.
And that's your avatar, one of, right? Or used to
that's
be
on Facebook, I think. I use
that.
Is that
what
Facebook.
It is?
Yeah.
Well, I remember when we had this event last year. So Rico's here to talk to you guys about Fish Fam Christmas or Fishmas or whatever you want to call it. I see Myrtle's already leaving the link in the chat for people that want to know more about that. But yeah, I was looking at his stuff. I'm like, what could I steal, to make a good thumbnail? And I came across that and I was like, that and Rico is Santa. So I cut out Rico's face. I put that on top of it. And I think it really, really encapsulates Rico Stan. Evil but jolly at the same time. The fun kind of evil.
Fun kind of evil, yes.
Anyway, before we start, I'm going to turn it over to you, Rico, here. But before I do, I just want to know if our volumes are balanced. Could you say a couple things, Rico?
Sure. Hello, everybody. Hopefully, I don't hear any echo on this side or anything.
I don't hear echo. I just want to know if my volume's way higher than yours or whatever.
Gotcha.
So we can. It's always annoying when you're watching a stream and one person's so much louder than the other.
Yeah. Hey, everybody! And the other guy's like,
okay, yeah, there you go.
Here, and then we got to do the thing.
Volumes are fine, nice and balanced. Okay, good. Maybe StreamYard does that automatically. I don't know.
It usually does a pretty good job, yeah.
But Evil Santa here did what I thought last year was the inaugural year, was it not?
Correct.
Of Fish Fam Christmas. I thought it was such a great idea and just something that we can do just as fish nerds during the holidays. And I thought it was awesome, Rico Stan, that you headed that up and did all that work. I know you have some folks helping you and appreciate them too. But thanks for volunteering and making an event like this happen. And without further ado, take it away. Go ahead and tell folks what's happening.
First of all, thank you so much. Dan doesn't often have people up. I think I have been up twice. His last 3 guests two of them were me. So I'm honored to be up here with Dan.
Last Christmas, and then and then since then the only other one we had was Bob from PJack to set us straight on the Lacey Act. So you're right. I don't bring people on often, but this is worth it. So take it away.
I really, really appreciate the time, to talk about this. Now, we should have sort of talked about this a little while ago because some of the stuff is already, it's already done. So as far as donating to the event or signing up as a channel host, that's done. That ends November 30th. But
are you saying that if someone wanted to donate, 10 grand to you, you just couldn't take it? Is that what you're saying, Rico?
Well, there is a way. We are doing a after event with because we set stuff aside in case people something happens and they don't get their prize. We make sure we have a little bit extra so that we can make sure they get a prize, right? We want everybody to get something, maybe not exactly the gift that they won, but something, right?
So for someone who doesn't know what Fish Fam Christmas is, what are these donations for? What's happening? What's the event?
Okay, well, let's start at the beginning. It's an event that runs from December 18th through January 1st. And Santa Claus is going to show up on 47, I think, different streams over that time. They're all Fish Fam people, probably people that you watch. Santa's going to show up on just random streams. You don't know when. It's just going to be those 2 weeks. You don't know when he's going to show up. And we're giving away some pretty decent gifts. It's an average about $150 per channel that we're giving away over those 47 channels. And these numbers are rough because I didn't look at it. It's not incredibly accurate. But all of that is from donations from Fish Fam and from people like Dan's Fish and all the KG Tropicals and the Co-op and all those all of those companies that are part of the Fish Fan, they donate a lot. People like you guys, you donated a ton to make this event what it is. 48 channels. I see Fish Fam Christmas is in the chat, and they said 48 channels. 48 channels. So you have to watch 48 streams over those 2 weeks in order to win. How do you win? Watch the stream. That's, they'll do a giveaway during the stream, much like Dan does. Not using Nightbot, we use the StreamYard giveaway tool. But it's the same basic idea. You're going to put in a hashtag. It's all, 100% transparent. It's an amazing event. It really is. I'd like to say thank you to all of those companies that have donated this year. Again, a huge amount. And also thank you, the committee this year. So last year I did it. It was just me. I did everything. This year, though, we put together a committee, and the committee really did everything. I've done hardly anything. The committee's been amazing. They've taken it to the next level, just as I hoped that they would. They really organize stuff really well, and it's just an amazing event. I think that covers the basics. Again, we should have talked about this earlier. If you are a channel host, keep your eyes peeled for next year. You can sign up to have Santa come up on your channel. Unfortunately, those are shut off now. We end those on November 30th. So you can't sign up as a channel host, but, again, the event itself is still coming up.
So if I understand right, if I'm just new to this whole thing and don't know what it is, you have collected a bunch of donations from folks.
Yes.
And what's going to happen is you, as Santa, will appear on several different live streams starting the 18th and going through the 30th or through the 1st?
Through the first, yep.
Through the new year. And on those streams, you'll be giving away the stuff that was donated.
Correct.
So if someone wants to participate and maybe win some fun stuff, they just watch the stream and there's a giveaway live during the stream.
That's it. Just like what you do every week. It's the same basic idea. Just going to be spread out over all these different channels. And it's not going to be just one Santa. There's a few Santas this year. So Santa could be in more than one place at one time. So
it's a whole diversity of Santas. All right.
Yes. Yes, there is, because we have elves, we have Mrs. Claus, Santa. Yeah, we've got the cool range. So it's again, amazing event. Last year was a ton of fun. We had some things that we did maybe wrong or maybe wasn't exactly right. We learned from those, and I'm sure there's going to be some of those this year, but we'll learn from those and make next year even better.
Yeah, no, so I always have this thing. So I've worked in the nonprofit sector for a lot of my career in the arts, in the theater arts, and in the entertainment industry. And that was for profit. But on the arts side, you always have people that complain. And my comeback is always like, dude, they're volunteering.
Yeah.
Why are you going to complain about an organization that's run purely by volunteers? How about instead you volunteer and you can make it better? And the other thing that would happen is there's people that always come up to me when I was running those organizations, and they would have suggestions. And the way I always handled that is I would say, that is a great idea. Would you put together a plan of how to implement that and get back to me? Yeah. No one ever did.
Nope. And thankfully, you're always going to have those little things. But thankfully, the huge majority of people have just been having fun with it and taking it in the spirit of which it's given. It's really, it's meant to just be fun. It's just, it's just a way to. Our community is amazing. We have a great community, but a lot of times I feel like we could be closer. We could bring in new channels. We could help this community grow, right? And that helps all the content creators. It also helps people that are just interested in fish, because now, you're going to get people that we have people that are actual doctors, veterinarians, and they've got their doctorate in fish biology. We've got the gamut. We have very experienced people in the community. We want this community to keep growing, and this is how we do it, is by things like this.
This is why I support this event. This is why I did it last year and why I'm doing it this year. It's because what I like about it, besides the fact that it's just fun and just a fun idea, right? Let's gather a bunch of stuff and then let's give it away. That's fun. It's fun to give, and it's fun to win stuff.
Yeah.
But what I thought was super valuable is there are a lot of channels out there that are new or could use some help growing, or maybe the person running them is feeling a little discouraged or whatever. It's not growing like they wanted. There's all these ups and downs when you're in the YouTube game. And I think it's awesome to give them like it's like a B vitamin shot. Like, hey, we're going to go on your channel and do this awesome giveaway. And that's probably going to get a lot of people there. So
Yeah.
I
It
think
definitely did. Last year.
It's a good way to introduce people to new channels they might not otherwise have known of. Maybe you go to 10 of them and maybe there's one that you're like, oh, I never saw that person before. I really like what they're doing. I'll stick around. And so I just think it's awesome to give the little, I don't even want to say they're all little, but that's what I think is valuable. Channels that are smaller, give them like, it's a little exposure. And it doesn't cost them anything at all. They just, all they have to do is say, come on, Santa, and Santa or his elves or Mrs. Claus appear and we're done. So
that's a big part of it. That's a big part of it is, because a lot of these people, well, they're sharing their knowledge and their information with us, or their entertainment or whatever it is. Helping them grow, helping them get those views and stuff. And I did see that Myrtle did drop the link in there, all Fish Fam Christmas links, including channels participating. So you can go there, and I suggest you subscribe to all the channels that are hosting a giveaway. You can see that in one of the links there. It tells you, which channels are going to host the giveaways, because most channels do set subscriber only, even if it's a minute, to weed out some of the trolls. And if you aren't a subscriber, who knows? They might have it set for an hour that day. They might have it set for 5 minutes that day. You don't know. So I would subscribe to those channels now ahead of time. Besides, every one of those channels, you're going to enjoy the content, I guarantee. There's just a bunch of really, really funny, entertaining, knowledgeable fish keepers in there. And Skipper.
There's some great people, and there's also Skipper. Is basically what Rico Stan's saying.
I can say that he's my friend. It's an amazing event, though, and again, thank you to people like Dan for supporting it like he does. It's last year was a blast. This year, we're just growing. Next year, we hope to keep it going. We want this to go for 20 years. Just keep every year just rolling, getting bigger and bigger. More donations, more channels.
You don't have to answer this, and I guess I should have asked if this is something I could ask when we were talking before we went live, but I didn't think of it. Can you share how many different items there are that have been donated?
I don't have the exact total of items. It was $8,000 in donations.
Okay, that's
and
good.
I did see that Fish Fam Christmas did that. They said that earlier. But they also, Fish Fam Christmas, if you follow them on Facebook or on Instagram, here on YouTube, you should follow them here on YouTube. There's a whole bunch of posts of images with the actual prizes and on what channel those items are being given away.
Oh, so when you go, what's actually that giveaway? Okay, exactly. I didn't realize that. I thought it was like all like you show up, you have no clue what's available, but hey, this could be fun. So you can actually be a little informed. Okay.
Yeah, we wanted to tell people which channel in case there was something, because you can only win once. You can win once across you can only win one single time. And it's global in nature too. We have prizes set aside specifically for our international friends. We even have a couple of international channels that are going to be on there. Craig, I know, is in here. Blake's Aquatics in Australia, the two Australians there. Mm-hmm. And then also the other one was Aquarium Daily in the UK. Unfortunately, those are the only three of our international friends who did it. But hopefully, again, that'll grow next year. But if you want to win a prize,
that would be really neat if it could grow.
Yeah. You can live anywhere in the world pretty much. Now, having said that, we're giving away an RODI unit. That's big and clunky. We're not shipping that outside the United States because again, that comes from Bulk Reef Supply. Mm-hmm. They're shipping it. That's part of their donations. They're shipping it. They can't afford to ship it to even Canada, unfortunately.
Yeah, and you can't really even ask them to. That would
Yeah.
just...
So instead, we'll be giving away a different item, to somebody that would win that,
Mhm.
right? If you want to try and win that, you still can. And if you happen to be the winner and you live in the UK or Germany or wherever, you'll still win something. You'll still win a prize. It just won't be the RODI unit. Livestock, obviously, we can't ship, anywhere else.
Yeah, there's a lot of paperwork.
Was there any questions in the chat? I really wasn't paying too close
I haven't
attention
paid a
there.
lot of attention to the chat. I did just put a quick comment. People were asking if we were going to do Q&A later. Yeah, we're going to have our normal discussion and all that in a bit here. It might be, yeah, I can see all the comments and stuff. They don't highlight for me, but I'll figure out a way to find the ones directed at me. I have a question.
Good.
I was just wondering, do you remember the moment you decided to do this? Was this like a wake up at 3 a.m. in a cold sweat? I've got to do a Fish Fam Christmas. Like, how did this pop in your head, and what was the impetus for it?
Good story, actually. Alex, Secret History, Living in Your Aquarium. I was in his chat. Now, I interviewed him just like I interviewed you. We did the focus on.
Yeah.
Very fun interview. And then I was in his chat, and he said something about me looking like Santa Claus, and he said, man, he should play Santa Claus for the Fish Fam. And I was like,
but did he say evil Santa Claus?
He did not say evil Santa Claus. That's just, that's the only kind I can play, right? So that's just, so it was Alex who gave me the seed there. That was like, what? That's a great idea. Why don't we go ahead and see what we can do? I started in June of, not this year, but last year. I started in June and started, pulling in donations and stuff. And I started contacting all these different companies, and it was just amazing the turnout that we got. So really, Alex was the one who planted the seed, and it just seemed like the right thing to do. I love community building. My channel, myself, I don't do a lot of fishy content, to be honest.
You're like the place we can get to know each other.
Yeah. I do interviews for that. I do most of the stuff that I do is about raising the community, about bringing the community together. I love being inclusive, and bringing everybody in. And having said that, if anybody who goes to these live streams, you're all eligible to win. It's not, we don't have to know, oh, I've never seen that person live stream, they can't win. If we don't know who you are, you might have to just verify, because some people do try to cheat this a little bit. We have some things in place to help with that. It's a very minimal amount. Last year, I think, I'm not going to get into it, but it was very successful last year. We really didn't have any of that type of stuff happening. I'm in place to stop it.
I'm positive that people, log in with multiple accounts sometimes to try to win stuff, and I'm sure that happens on my stream too. And if that's you, if that's the kind of person you are, like, what am I going to do? Like, figure it out? I don't know, but it's kind of a weird way to be when people are doing stuff for fun for free. But oh well, what you going to do? Yeah,
exactly. What are you going to do? You just you know that it's a very small minority of people. It's the vast majority of our community is not like that, and just it's a great community. So
I don't even focus on it, but I'm sure it happens. I'm sure every week it happens on my streams when I do the giveaways. But I don't know for sure. I can't point someone out. So I just trust that most people are good. That's actually how we run the business too. When someone reports that they've had a problem, unless this is the fourth report in a row from that same person or something, it's kind of like, oh, okay, let's help you out. Let's fix this for you.
That's why Dan's Fish. Now, there's a Discord server for the Fish Fam. Anytime anybody brings up where do you buy fish online, Dan's Fish is, almost everybody, that's their very first place they talk about.
Oh, that's great to hear. That's what we need.
Dan's Fish is this is how you do it right. And other people, if you want to start doing it, that's how you do it right. That's pretty much, how you're seeing in our community.
Well, we're taking over Discord. I didn't even know it. That's awesome.
And part of it is the beginning of your show every week, right? Every week you do that shipping report. That transparency is huge. I know a lot of us really appreciate that. We're like, wow, he's being this honest with what's going on with things. And look at that. 99%? 90%? What was it?
We're 99% minus the Kalitawa issue
Yeah.
we're having. That's still shaking out. So I'll recalibrate. Yeah. But even should the worst happen there, we're going to be still at 99 or maybe just a tiny bit below, because it's such a small fraction of the number that we've shipped. So it'll hurt, but I decided a long time ago I didn't want to hide things. I've worked at companies that were scared to death that something would get out. I used to work at a really large cichlid distributor, and one of their main selling points, if you go to their website and stuff, is you think you're buying fish bred and raised by them. They sell it as if they're the farm that's growing the fish and selling the fish. Well, I worked there. I never once saw a fish actually be born and raised and sold there. Yeah. Like everything's just brought in and maybe it's kept for a bit to put a little size on it and then it's shipped. And so they were scared to death and I won't say who they are. I'm not here to, do that, incriminate anyone, but that's just one example of an experience where people were scared to death that people were going to find this out. And if you built your whole company on that, and people do find out, you're hosed.
Yeah, so, that's it.
When we started the company, I was like, I never, first of all, I never want to behave in a way that I have to hide anything. But second, I want people to know that we're actually doing what we say we're doing, because that's lacking in a lot of businesses, not just fish, but everywhere. Yeah. It's like, how do we do that? And so that's why we started that. I was like, we're instead of hiding stuff from our customers, we're going to treat the customers like they're partners in our effort to fulfill our mission. And if we do that, then we will get, I assume, a lot more feedback from them, which will help us fulfill our mission. And yeah, we'll have to report the bad stuff, but if we're doing our job right, there's not going to be that much of that. And so that's how we've tried to look at it. It's like the customer is actually a partner in our effort to fulfill our mission of getting healthy fish to out there, like making sure we sell fish that thrive. And if they are, that just means that our data sets are a lot bigger and we can have enough data to look at and improve things and figure out where the problems are. So it's been awesome. I have to tell you, there's no stress of I don't know. When you're a little kid and you're lying and you're just stressed about it.
Yeah.
I mean,
you're doing the right things. You're doing the right things. So there's nothing to worry about.
Yeah. I'm not afraid I'm going to get coal for Christmas, I guess.
Such a big endeavor with the warehouse, and we were all, rooting for you and watching, and you brought us along on the journey, and to know that it's, working out the way you envisioned that's amazing for us too. We've been along the whole time with you. So it's a lot of fun to, we feel like a lot of us, I can't speak for everybody obviously, but for a lot of us, I know we feel invested in Dan's Fish. If we feel like we're a part of the adventure.
Well, it's a lot more fun when you're doing things with people. So, the community's been awesome. When things are tough or you're tired or you've just worked 100-hour week, not uncommon, 80-hour week, all that, it's really nice when there's a community that is there and sees the work and all that. And the other thing I love is our reviews. Like, I know a lot of companies hide from their reviews or don't want to talk to their customers. When we need an ego boost or a lift as a team, when it's like, it's been a rough week. What we do is I literally bring the reviews to our morning meeting. We have a little morning couple minutes stand up every morning just to check in. And is there any, who's overwhelmed today? Are there a ton of extra fish going out? How are we going to adjust for that and make sure that Mandy, who's in charge of making sure that happens, that she's supported or whatever the case is. And so during that, if it's at the end of a long week, I'll just bring the reviews and I'll just read them, and it gets everyone going. It's great.
Yeah,
So,
and it's overwhelmingly positive.
yeah, I mean, there's some issues, and in a lot of them are right. A lot of times when there's a bad review written, it's like, oh yeah, oops, we better fix that or figure that out, or we read that wrong,
Yeah, it's good to have that feedback too. I'd like to just shift gears a little bit and bring something up real quick. I mentioned last year was entirely just me doing Fish Fam Christmas, and this year we put together a committee, and I'd like to just really quick give a shout out to all those people.
Sure, go ahead.
Mystery Snail Guardians, Annette, she's doing a lot of the promotion. You know what? To be honest, I don't even know everything that they're all doing because they just know what to do and they just do it. So
yeah, you just said, here's what needs to happen, and they figured the details out.
Well, we talk about it, and as a team, there's no leader. We're all equal. So Annette, Jenna P, Stephen P, Mandy, Bex, Dee Dee, and Skipper just had to step down. Skipper was a part of our committee too, but he's just got so much going on in his life that he just had to skip down.
Skipper skipped out.
Step down. Yeah. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody there, because every time I want to call them out, I seem to miss somebody and I always feel horrible. It's usually Annette, so I said her first, but amazing team. They really they took everything and just really made it so much better. Last year was a lot of stress for me. My wife really hated the whole event.
It made the holidays fun for her, I bet.
Yeah. This year's a lot different. The stress is just nearly gone. Myrtle is there too. I just saw Myrtle. Myrtle is there as well. So thank you to the committee, these people. Now, they don't get to join in on any of the reindeer games. They don't get to.
I understand. Yeah, just for
because they're on the committee, they don't get to win a gift, so they forfeited that as well, just to be on it. So
yeah.
Thank you, guys.
There's a saying that the appearance of dishonesty is dishonesty. I mean, it isn't, but that's a kind of a mantra in the business world that I like to adhere to.
Yeah.
Does this look like it could be shady?
Yes.
Yeah, then we just don't do that. So I see where you're coming from.
I had an old boss who always said, always be above reproach. There's no way nobody can even say anything. You've got the facts on your side. Make sure there's just nothing.
Yeah.
So.
Well, try as you might, I seem to still get reproached, but it's a worthy goal.
Oh, Mountaintop Puffer Keeper had an article in Amazon Magazine. Very cool. That was very cool. I just saw that the other day. That was not to change gears on you just real quick like that, but I just saw his name there, and that was very cool that you had an article in there. Congratulations on that.
I can't wait to read it. I haven't read it. I've got the magazine. And I've got to find a minute to open it up and read it. Yeah.
Same here. I didn't see any questions. Should I?
Okay.
If anybody's got anything, I'll give it just like another minute. You did get a super chat there from the Foremost Kelly. I don't know if you go through now or.
Well, I usually try to catch them as they come in, but let's see here. Oh, hey, Kelly Foreman, thank you so much. I'm in a totally different system now, so I'm lost in StreamYard. But love this fish store, love the community, and love you, Santa. Aww. Kelly, thanks so much. Glad you're here.
Oh, there's a question.
All right.
Dee Dee said, did you finish talking about the one final stream for the giveaway? Okay, so that's I barely touched on it. Thank you, Dee Dee. So again, we set aside money for international shipping or anything weird that came up. Somebody didn't get their prize, whatever it was. We set aside some money. We're going to give it just a couple of weeks in January. We haven't set a total time or a date yet, but it'll be very quick in January or early February when we give away all the rest of it. Again, you can see all the donations. You can see every penny that's come in. You'll know exactly what's gone out, where it's going to be listed, each channel, their total giveaway. So you'll be able to see where every penny of it went and how much is left over at the end. We're going to do that giveaway on the Fish Fam Christmas channel. We'll do whatever's left, maybe multiple giveaways. We'll see what it is at the end, but there will be sometime later after the whole event is over with, a few more giveaways on that one channel. Again, so that's a good reason. Fish Fam Christmas is in the chat. Make sure you're subscribed to them so you get the pop-up the notification for that. Jeez, I'm like struggling tonight. Usually this is like, it's just word vomit, but tonight I'm struggling with it. A-Train, what's going on? How can I see what dates the live streams are and which item is being given away for a specific stream? You won't see the dates. Yeah, you can't. Not allowed to see the dates. That's the thing. It's a surprise. You can't see the dates. There is no date on there. It's just going to be from December 18th through January 1st. You don't know when that's. So let's say you want that RODI unit. I don't remember what channel that's being given away on. You see which channel that's being given away on. Sometime over those 2 weeks, that person will do a giveaway on their channel, but you're not allowed to know when. Because if you knew when, you'd only watch that one stream. You wouldn't watch all the rest of them.
Yeah. I see what you're doing. Optimizing for views.
And another, hopefully you don't mind. I'm sort of just
reading. No, go ahead. This is why I have you here. We're here to promote the event. You're the main, well, to me, you're the main Santa, the bad Santa. So go ahead.
I might be the face of it, but I tell you, the committee really did the work this year. So Nathan said, you said Santa could pop up in multiple lives during the whole thing. So if 2 people are live, he might be in both or only one. Yep, exactly. Maybe even 3, maybe even 4. It could. Let's say there's 4 streams at one time. It's possible that Santa shows up in all of them. I know that isn't the best, but you're just going to have to watch as many of those streams as you can. Let's see. I think was that it? Xanadude. Oh, you got another super chat from Xanadude.
Hey, look at that. And a new member. I'm glad you're shouting these out because they don't pop up in the normal place on this StreamYard, so I'm not seeing them. EJ Fishes 76, welcome to the Fishmonger crew. Thanks for joining us. We really appreciate you being a member. And Xanadude, who's that? No.
Great guy. Great guy.
Anyone know who Xanadude is? No, I'm joking, Xanadu. Is there a list of the committee members? I asked so I can super chat the hell out of those channels the next week or 2. So is that on Fish Fam Christmas link?
No, we didn't really. We didn't post that anywhere. We didn't, publish it. But again, real quick, it's I believe. Let's just run through them. It's Annette, Mystery Snail Guardians, Stephen and Jenna P, Bex, Myrtle, Dee Dee, Skipper, and Zen Ginger. I don't know if I said Zen Ginger the last time. Hopefully I got everybody. You guys on the committee, if I missed anybody, please. I always worry about that because I always leave somebody out, and I always feel horrible about it. I got to scroll back up. I did see something else. Okay, we got A-Trains. DC Kyle, is the giveaway giver from the stream you're watching, or could any given stream be from any giver? Oh, I see what you mean. So, well, let's use Dan. Dan is not partaking as a channel host this year, but I see what you're saying. So let's say Dan donated. Would we be giving away his donations on his channel? No.
Yeah, mix it up. Yeah.
It's wherever. So KG Tropicals, John and Lisa, obviously they are no longer live streaming as of last week, but if they were, they have donated. We wouldn't have been giving away theirs on their channel. So it comes from all over the place. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, Fish Fam Christmas. She got all of them. Let's see. Did I miss anybody? Dee Dee, Zen Ginger, Bex, Fish from Stephen P, Jenna P, Mystery Snail Guardians, and Myrtle has been in there too. And there's Bentley Pasco. Let's see.
I guess I should say why I did that. I think I chose that last year as well. So I was invited last year and this year to be a channel that gifts were given away on. And my thought was, we're not a massive channel, but we're doing pretty good. We get as much action as we can handle in the chat and everything. We're doing fine. So my thought was, instead of doing a giveaway on my stream, because we already do that, why not free those goodies up to promote a smaller channel? So that's why last year and this year I decided, yeah, we'll have Evil Santa on to like promote the event and all that. But as far as actually doing a giveaway, I would rather have that go to a small channel. That's the part of this whole thing that excites me. So.
And on the flip side of that, though, it's unfortunate, and I see where you're coming from. I get it, but the flip side of that is when larger channels like yourself do the giveaways, it calls more attention to the entire event. So it does help with promote the event and because you get a lot of people in here that I don't see in any other streams. Right? They're your fans. They don't
I hadn't thought of that.
So
maybe next year we'll do it. We'll talk about it next year. Yeah.
And we get enough. We get enough in donations, to do a solid giveaway on each of the channels. So that part is okay. And again, I get where you're coming from, but we love to see the larger channels join in because that just makes the whole event bigger.
So what you're saying is that my reason is flawed. That there's actually maybe more benefit to the channels that I see this as being really helpful towards by doing a giveaway on my channel, because then it just brings more attention to it and they might get more people attending the event on their channel. I hadn't even thought of that. I think you're right.
Because again, I can go through here and probably name 50 people that I don't really see too often in other streams. You have a good following, and a lot of your fans don't watch a lot of the small channels, right? Nothing against that. That's fine. There's no judgment there or anything. But that's how it is.
I totally hear what you're saying. I had not thought of that.
Yeah.
So I was trying to be helpful, but maybe I didn't. Yeah. Maybe in trying to be helpful, maybe I wasn't being helpful. You'd be surprised how much that happens in my life.
Intentions were good, and that's all that matters. And I was never going to push back if somebody had reasons for not joining in, because there's other people too that had reasons, whatever, for not joining in. Respect that. And Gabriel, to be eligible to win a giveaway, you must have done a live stream. No. That has nothing to do with winning.
You just have to attend the stream. Yes. That's all.
Anybody is eligible to win if you're in that stream. The channel host part of it is a totally separate thing. Nothing to do with that at all. Let's see. Let's scroll down.
So real quick, I want to thank Trenton for joining up. Trenton Felkins, thanks for joining the Fishmonger crew. Thanks for becoming a member. We appreciate that. That's awesome. It's really nice for us to have those little that membership grow. I was going to say little, but it's actually getting decent size now, despite It's funny. People were telling me for years I should do memberships, and I was like, I don't think I add that much value. And then we did, and everyone's like, nope, we want to be members. It's kind of putting me away, so it's been really nice.
I'm with you 100%. I wasn't going to turn them on, and a lot of friends said, no, just turn them on. Nobody's forced to do it. And I have a ton of them, and I do nothing for them. And I'm just, why do you want to be a member? I don't.
Hey, Rico, help me understand Crodulian's Corodulin Works' comment. Dan is being selfish and bogarting all the viewers. I know that's like a fun thing, but my mind isn't wrapping around that. Do you know what that means?
No.
Okay. Bogarting, like I've heard the term. Okay, bogarting.
Well, bogarting is basically hogging. You're taking all the viewers. That's what.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Okay, sure. I confess.
Well, I mean, popular channels are popular for a reason. You got good content. You got good personality. You got education, entertainment. It's going to be a popular channel. So,
That's funny. I've never thought of my channel as popular. Like, I guess I compare it to. There's some much larger ones, but
sure.
What we do for sure, though, is I think we have like, is it community? Like we have a group that just sticks together, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely have. You definitely have your own community here that's within the fish family.
Yeah, like a sub-family of the fish community.
Yeah.
I don't consider myself separate, but I do think.
No. But you've got those people that follow you.
He's not the hog; he's the gateway drug. That's right. Just a little.
That's
taste,
a good point.
Just a taste.
Yeah, that's a good point because people watch you and KG Tropicals and the Co-op, and then they trickle down to some of the other channels too. And Eric Wyrock said Rico Claus has forgotten about his legal elf, and Eric's not exactly on the committee, but he has been very helpful. He's in promotional videos, and he's got another role to play too. So I was remiss in not bringing up Eric. And
favorite troll doll, Ed. when he goes pink.
He just did it again today. He said he just dyed it again.
I love it.
Alishon, where was that one? Where was Alishon? I saw him somewhere, and it jumped on me.
That's when I've never said that name correctly ever. I always say Alician.
Well, I've got to meet him in person, so there's Cassie B. Did we get Susan from SLC? Yes, definitely. Fish Fam Mom is in there. Yes, she definitely is. The fish guy, I didn't see his question. I'm way back though. Let's see.
I didn't see Alishon. I scrolled. I've not seen it.
He asked something about pop-ups, I think, and if they're going to announce it. So there's not really going to be any. There's not going to be really any notification. For those pop-up streams. So some of the channels that are involved don't stream all the time. They don't have a scheduled stream like Dan does, like a lot of us do. We have scheduled times. Some of those channels do live streams, but they don't really have a scheduled time they go. So yes, some of those channels will be doing giveaways, but the only notification you'll have is, hey, this person just went live. So make sure you're subscribed. And again, fishfam.link has a part where you can go see who's live right now, and you can get notifications even from there as well. So let's see. I don't see any. I'm just scrolling to see, and I feel like I'm taking over for you, Dan. I'm sorry.
No, that's why I had you here. Whatever we can do to promote it, honestly. Like it's fine.
I saw Bruiser. It's good to see you, man. It's been a while. Mountaintop said the worst part, less telework is missing afternoon delight streams. No problems, though. I understand. I'm looking just like you always do, looking for it to pop out for me there with the at Rico stand. There's Scotty. Oh, yep, Scotty. Oh yeah, Dan, I forgot. You are going to be at the Keystone Clash.
I am. Yep.
I'm so excited.
I'll be talking. Are we going to get to meet in person?
We are.
Oh, good.
That's
good,
the only event I can make it to. I have my issues, so I don't get to go to all these other events. That's my event, is how I put it. That's the only one I get to go to. So I'm so looking forward to meeting you and Bentley and John. I've already met Lisa there, but Jason from Primetime. It's going to be an amazing event for anybody. It's in Morgantown, Pennsylvania, which is like the southeast corner sort of Pennsylvania. September 24th, I believe, is the date. I could be wrong. Scotty the Fish Freak is in here. He's actually the chairperson of the board for the Keystone Clash. Okay, and I'm at the bottom of the chat. And I think, Kelly Foreman's going to be a speaker as well. So you'll get to meet Kelly. Yeah. You haven't met Kelly yet, right?
Not in the flesh.
Yeah.
Close. She got to Denver once. So
gotcha.
She almost made
it. She's awesome. I'm looking forward to that too. So it's fine. Oh, and that's right. Fish Fam Christmas said 5 Keystone Clash full weekend passes will be going away during the Christmas event. Yep. I don't have anything else. If anybody has anything real quick. Fish Guy 5. What was your question? I'm sorry that I missed it earlier. I saw you said I missed it.
He says, who is Susan?
Susan SLC.
That's the question. All right. Well, hey, Evil Santa, thanks for coming by. Appreciate you doing this event just because I think it adds to our little community. And it was fun last year. Can't wait to see what happens this year. And I can't wait to meet you. I'm so excited that I get to do that.
I know. I just warning you right now, I'm a hugger.
Me too. Anyone that's ever met me in the flesh. There's people in this chat that can testify. Yeah, no worries, dude. My former career was in the theater.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I get it.
Again, it's been an honor. I know that you go out of your way to do this. It throws you way off. Your stream is, different specifically for this. So I always greatly appreciate it. And thanks so much for what you do for our community, because you do a lot. You really do.
Well, back at you. It's not a problem at all. All right, Rico, we'll see you down the line. Thanks so much.
See you guys. Take care.
Oh, I clicked this button and I remove Rico. The power. See you, my friend. All right. So everybody, thanks for being here. Thanks for listening to Rico talk about the Fish Fam Christmas or Fishmas or whatever the actual official title is. I just think it's a cool thing that he's doing. With that, let's get back to our normal stream. We're going to get to your questions and comments. It's going to be a little difficult for me to see because let me show you what I'm seeing. Actually, I don't even know how to do that. I'm using StreamYard, which is not the software I usually use. I did that so I could have Rico or Evil Santa on as a guest because OBS isn't really friendly with having guests on. But what that means is it won't highlight for me when you chat. So if you would like put Dan's Fish in caps or something so I can just see it just on this once, just so I can see your question or comment. Otherwise, it's going to be really hard for me to see your question or comment as I go through the chat. There's 242 people here. That's not too bad. Thanks for being here with us, folks, on this Wednesday. If you wouldn't mind taking a moment to share this out with all your ex-lovers so you can get even more folks in here and make the chat even more exciting, that would be appreciated. All right. I want to thank my moderators before I get to questions and comments. Moz, thanks for being here every week. Thanks for doing what you do. Speaking of moderators, Myrtle says you can open YouTube chat on another tab and then pop it out to another window. Oh, I can? How do I do that? I know how to do that normally on my normal software. Let's see if I can really easily figure it out here. I will, but I don't want to play it. If I mute it, maybe? Okay. Well, I'm seeing the same thing. I don't know, Myrtle. I'm going to have to play with that another time, but thanks for the suggestion. All right. Is there a giveaway tonight? There is, Mr. Kalopsia. It is the giveaway of giveaways. Feast your eyes on what's the giveaway tonight. That's right. The mop beard is being given away. The mop beard is 5 very nice spawning mops and a little bonus airline. So I thought that would be a fun one. I don't know, just thought that would be fun to give away. So if you want to win the mop beard, enter hashtag mop beard in chat and you'll automatically be entered to win the giveaway. Let's just double check here on Nightbot and make sure that's all working with StreamYard. It is. We have 151 eligible users entered to win this super exciting giveaway of a mop beard. I mean, where else? Where else is that going to happen? I just love it. I think it's hilarious. You too could be a Muppet. You could be a Muppet. All right. I'm not seeing a lot of questions and comments, so this one might be shorter. I'm going to scroll up. It's kind of hard when I can't see the bright orange. So I'm going to scroll up here and see. Oh, you know what? I think I know what Myrtle was talking about. Let me try one more thing that I might be able to do here to see. Let's see if I go to the stream. Sorry, guys, I just need half a second because I'm having a real hard time finding the questions and comments. If I click go live. Okay, let's see. Can I see it here? Or am I going to screw this up? Oh, I can. Myrtle, now that I understand what you were saying, that is amazing. I think this just fixed my problem. Yes. Yes, it did. Thank you, Myrtle. You're a lifesaver. I had no idea I could do this here on YouTube as well as on StreamYard. Let me know if that's screwing up audio or video on your guys' side, but I think that just fixed the problem. Okay, cool. I'm going to get to it then. Chat has jumped a ton. So the first one I can see is Shady Grady. I have a horrible snail problem in my tanks. Assassin's babies are everywhere. How can I get rid of them? So you have assassin snail is a problem. Well, one thing that I've discovered on accident is that in my tanks, at least, levamisol kills snails. I never knew that, but we had these tanks where there was a bunch of dead snails in them. I'm like, why are they dying? And then I realized, hey, those are like the 3 tanks we've treated levamisol in over the last couple months or whatever. So we paid attention. The next time we treated with levamisol, all the snails died. Now, I do want to say that when we treat levamisol, we treat at a higher dose than you normally would as a hobbyist. And I do that because a veterinarian gave me that dose. So the 1/4 teaspoon per 100 gallons, according to the veterinarian I'm working with, is not effective. So there's a higher dose I'm using, and I don't know exactly what it is. If you want to know, if you could send us an email, and I'll tell you. I'm not a veterinarian or anything, so I feel a little weird giving doses, but I got it from a veterinarian, so hopefully that's helpful. But that's killing snails for us. I don't know if it will kill assassin snails. I don't have any assassin snails, but it's definitely killing pond snails and ram's horn snails. Mountaintop Puffer Keeper getting an unexpected shout out from Rico Claus on the article was pretty amazing. Yeah, I can't wait to read it, Matthew. I've been absolutely swamped, and it's probably not going to be this week when I can get to it. So we've had quite an adventure. We had a very large order come in. We had to drive down to Denver on Sunday, and because we didn't know if it would come in, really late Sunday night or really early Sunday morning or what have you, or I mean Monday morning. But we drove down. Turned out it came when? About 10:30 Monday morning. Picked it up, got all that back up, just in a nick of time because we got here and it literally started snowing right when we got here, and it hasn't stopped since. We have got about 16 inches of snow since. I haven't measured it, but when I walk out my driveway at home, it goes above my boots by a few inches. So I think that's about 16 inches, at least in my driveway at my house. So ton of snow. So we beat the storm, which is awesome. However, we have another import coming into Billings tonight, and Johnny and Dano are actually there picking that up, and it's snowing right now. It's not snowing really heavily, but there is some snow there. So it's going to be a long slog back for them, which is no fun. And it's going to be a long night. So this week, 2 imports, and that's keeping us very busy. So tonight should be Israel. We're getting some stuff from Israel, which I'm excited about. And I'll talk about the details of all that soon when the fish are ready to go. But the point is, it's been super crazy busy, and it's going to be like that throughout the end of the week here. We also have a whole bunch of new fish that we need to list for sale. So I've got to get pictures. We have to write descriptions and all that. And it's just going to keep us crazy busy. So Mountaintop, it'll be a while before I can get to it, but I can't wait to read it. I've been wanting to read it ever since I heard it was coming out. And congratulations on getting published. That's pretty cool. And in my book, Amazonas is the premier aquarium fish magazine, at least for freshwater. I think it's amazing. So good on you. Timbo, taking it easy. I was hoping for a mop wig so I can finally have hair on my head. Well, this is the mop beard, but if you need the mop wig, I don't think that would be too hard. You just, it depends on how you wear it. There you are. I'm here to make your dreams come true, Timbo. There you go. Look at that. What more could you ask? The mop wig. It doubles. It's the ShamWow. It can do everything. Myrtle, I can see the reflection on the tank and you're doing the right thing. I love it. Ta-da! Yeah, there are no secrets here. Yeah, I figured it out eventually. Eventually it clicked. Spinster sister, hey, good to hear you. Do you have any mascot fish? Well, I have this fish. So for those that, hang on. Nope, this way. There we go. This is Aphyosemion or chrome Aphyosemion, bivitatum from the location of funge. So for those that don't know, let me show you this fish. So that's kind of our mascot. That's our logo. It's here. It's going to take me a second, but I think I can figure out how to share this tab. Okay, so Aphyosemion, Bivitatum from funge. So this is that fish. These are amazing. They look every bit this good. Nice big biv, as we call them in the killifish world. Bivs, bivitatums. Just super beautiful. So what we did basically is take this fish, take its silhouette, turn it into a logo. So I would say that that's maybe our mascot. But if you're talking about a pet fish, yes, we have Mouth. Mouth is a dragon puffer. And Mouth has been with us for several years now. Fat and sassy dragon puffer. And about, what is Mouth? Probably 4 inches now, just a big fat round potato. And the reason Mouth is so awesome is because she doesn't take a lot of room. So there are a lot of, okay, now I got to get rid of this. There are a lot of kind of pet fish. Puffers, I think more as a pet fish, right? Something that'll kind of interact with you. Kind of, they're intelligent, they have personality. And a lot of them get really big. You can have pea puffers that are tiny, but the nice thing about Mouth is that's a good sized puffer, 5 inches, big and fat, but they are an ambush predator. So Mouth doesn't swim much. They kind of sit and wait for food. So I can keep Mouth in a 40-gallon breeder her entire life and she'll be perfectly happy. And I call her Mouth because she's all mouth. Like, their mouth is impressive. You hear them feed and it's like this thunk, right? This, when their beak snaps shut, it's like, oh, don't get your finger in there. Bye-bye finger. So I guess Mouth would be more or less our mascot, or the Bivitatum funge, depending on how you're talking about mascot. Hunter McLaren, are cherry shrimp safe around corridors eggs? Yes. Or do they eat the eggs? No. I use corridors all the time. I'm sorry, shrimp all the time as nurses for batches of corridors eggs. I use them on rainbow eggs. I use them on corridors eggs. I use them on killifish eggs, lots of different fish species. So basically, I purposely put Neocaridina type shrimp, cherry shrimp and such, in with batches of eggs because they take care of them. They'll feed off them, but they won't actually eat the egg. They'll eat the stuff off the egg, the stuff, and kind of keep them clean and tumbled. Now, if the egg's not fertile or it goes bad or dies or whatever, then they'll probably eat it. You know, it'll probably burst as they're playing with it. But if it's a healthy egg, at least of those groups of fish, the cherry shrimp are not going to bother it. I think they're awesome for helping to hatch out. It's like a natural way to keep your eggs nice and clean and keep them from spoiling. We can use methylene blue or peroxide or lots of other things, but shrimp can work. Now, in some instances, they don't, and then you have to use a chemical. But when they do, and I've hatched out a lot of really, rare stuff, more sensitive species that way, I think they're awesome. So try shrimp first. And if it doesn't work, then go with the chemicals. Why not? Orange cones. How come my 8 chili raspberries are now 22? I don't have it with me. I don't have my stickers with me, but because breeding is pleasure, orange cones. Larissa Muth, levamisol killed my mystery snails after I was told it was safe for snails, and I dosed at a normal level. So I agree, levamisol can kill snails. Okay, Larissa, that's good to know. I mean, I'm sorry your snails died, but it's good to know at the normal dose that they would do it as well. Sorry about, sometimes you learn the hard way in this hobby, that's for sure. But, then someone that needs snail control, it helps them out once we know. James Handy, ever come across Dichrosis filamentosus? I have, and that's a fish I really want to bring in. That's the checkerboard cichlid for those that don't know it. Let's just take a quick look-see. This is a beautiful, neat little fish. See, I'm not still sharing, am I? No. Okay. So present slides. Am I? Just a sec. No, I'm not still sharing. Okay. See if I can figure out how to do this. Share screen, that's how. New tab. Dichrosis filamentosus. Checkerboard cichlid, just because it's easier to type. There it is. Beautiful little nano fish, kind of like an apisto. Comes out of South America. Really neat little guys, and I love them. I have seen them listed, but not from the suppliers I want to get them from. So I'm waiting until the suppliers that I know are good have them available, because this is a fish that if it's not treated right, it's not going to do well. But look at these little beauties. These are just fantastic little fish. So yeah, they're on my radar. Yes, I definitely want to bring them in. But I'm kind of cautious about who I get them from. I want to get them from someone who transports them carefully and with respect. So once I find a supplier like that, then yeah, I'll bring them in. I'm also waiting, in full disclosure, for those that follow for a while, there's a piece of equipment we're getting installed in our system, which is going to help us out a bit. And I'm kind of waiting for all that construction to be done and that to be installed before I bring in a species like a checkerboard cichlid. Daniel McNamara. That's what I'm going with, Daniel. Sorry if I butchered it. Can you talk about how you source so many cool rainbow fish varieties? Do you have to make contacts in various countries of origin? Or are there larger wholesalers that source for you? So I'm really lucky. I get them from a hobbyist who also happens to be a fish farmer and is very concerned with preserving rainbow fish, plecos, corridors, and other species. So this person will actually go out, collect rainbow fish from the wild, or get them from people like Johannes Graf, or folks that go out and collect Hans George Evers. I think I said that right. So he'll collect them himself, or he'll get them from people that have collected them, and then he'll take them, he'll keep them pure line, so he's not mixing them with other kinds of rainbows, and he'll preserve them and breed them in quantity and get them farmed enough that I can buy them in quantity. So that's how I get them. I buy them from a breeder who collects them and wants to preserve them. So now there's a few other places I'll get them too. There's some hobbyist breeders that I'll purchase rainbow fish from. It's been a while, but Maria Z, I bought some. It was Maria Z, wasn't it? Melanotania rubrostriata rauabiru from. And I'll buy rainbows from hobbyists as well. But what I really try not to do is buy them from the normal supply chain. And the reason is rainbow fish in the industry at large, writ large, are hybridized, and they don't do well a lot of times either. I don't know what they're doing, but they tend to melt down for me much more than if I get them from hobbyists or from this person I'm talking about who's working to preserve them by breeding them in quantity and distributing them. So that's how I get them. That's also how I get a lot of the neat cories and plecos that I get. Same gentleman. Some of the Telematherina species. It's just cool. It's a hobbyist who also is a fish farmer, basically, which is a great combination. And there aren't that many countries of origin for rainbow fish. There's Papua New Guinea and there's Australia. And that's pretty much it. I mean, the Madagascar rainbow, I guess. I don't think it's a true rainbow fish, but maybe Madagascar, if you count those as rainbow fish. That's it. There's just, it's Saul is the name of that region, that continent, I suppose, landmass. Geek Boy, I need to get you a couple dozen peacock gudgeons next time you come down to Denver. I would love that. Hobbyist bred and raised peacock gudgeons. Yes, please. Now, we do have a really nice group right now that we're, getting through quarantine that we should be able to ship out, provided they do well. But yes, Geek Boy, please. I would love that. David, can you describe, how you knew? Can you describe how your new microbubble popping machine works? It just allows us to regulate the flow from the new water coming in and mix it with already aged water so that we never get so much new water in the system that it overwhelms the system. That's basically what it's doing. Bow wow. I had about 3 foot of snow between the house and the garage. Yeah, it's been a storm. This is more snow than I've ever seen in my life. Well, unless I went up to the mountains purposely to go to the snow. It's quite a storm. Mr. B's, CPDs, when will you stop shipping for the holidays? Our last day of shipping is this coming Monday, I believe. Is that the 17th? It's got to be. Yeah. So the last day to order fish before we cut off for the holidays is the 17th. We will ship the 19th, and then we're done. We're not going to risk shipping closer to Christmas than that. We will resume shipping on the 3rd. So if you get your order in and it doesn't make that shipping date, we're full. We can't ship any more fish that day, and we have to postpone it or what have you. The 3rd of January is when we'll start again, just because by then some of the backlog from the holidays will be cleared out and it'll be safe to ship again, we think. That worked for us last year. Lady Rorschach. ShamWow. Yeah, the ShamWow of the fish world. You got the reference. All right. Could you throw in a dance fish hat? Maybe one time. I've thought about that. At some point, we'll do some merch as a giveaway. Yeah. Oh, I should show that off. Well, I'm on a different. I'll wait till I'm back on my normal software to do that. But for those that want to see some cool stuff if you click shop or store on our YouTube channel, you'll see all our merch. And I think it's pretty cool stuff, especially the hat. I like the hat a lot. Scotty, the fish freak. I want that fish. Do you have them? Oh, Scotty, I don't know which fish we're talking about anymore. If you would let me know. Talked about a lot of fish since probably because I'm so far behind in the chat. So I don't know when you left that comment, but I probably we talked about several fish since then. So I don't know which one you're referring to. Spinster Sister, mouth needs a live webcam. Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah. Add that to the list of 500,000 things to do. We'll get to it eventually, But I mean, it would be about the most boring webcam ever. Mouth literally is a potato. So not literally, but Mouth is a sit and wait ambush predator. So most of her time is sitting and waiting for prey to appear. That's most of what she does. She'll explore and stuff, but her strategy for survival is I'm going to sit, I'm going to blend in, and I'm not going to move until something swims in front of my face. That's kind of what they do. Jonah Chang, just wondering if the rosy loaches you have in stock right now are mixed sex. I'm sure they are. I can't sex them, but some are skinnier, some are bigger. I'm assuming the larger ones are females. But yeah, I'm sure it's a mixed group, but I'm not going to be able to pick out an exact sex ratio. But Jonah, if you want the best likelihood of a mixed sex ratio, if you ordered those, then in the notes just say I'd like to get both sexes if possible. And what we'll do is we'll pick some of the thinner ones and some of the fatter ones, and odds are you'll end up with a pair. But there's a hair on here that's bugging me. But we can't guarantee it. Oh, chat jumped just a second. I'm getting back to it. Oh, Myrtle, I'm so glad you brought this solution up. It's so nice to be back in the normal chat configuration where I can actually see things. Thank you. Alexander Knutson. For a while, my CPDs spawned fry all the time, but nowadays they don't seem to anymore. Any idea why? I would love to try and raise them. Couple things. One is the temperature changed? Is it suddenly got a lot colder because it's wintertime? Or since the heat kicked on in the winter, are they hotter? That can happen, especially if they're like next to a heat vent or something like that. So did the temperature change? If the temperature got out of whack, they might have stopped. The other thing, are they just older? This is not a fish that, has, I don't know, a couple years would be really old for this fish. So I don't know how old they are, but they might be getting a little long in the tooth. So I'm not sure if either one of those are the reason, but it's first two things that popped in my head. Mikey M, I saw some of your short vids the other day. Very informative and nice. Great format, I'd say. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, we're trying. So on the shorts, what I'm trying to configure the shorts for is a different audience. So on our long form content, we catch one audience, right? The shorts, what I'm trying to do is appeal to young folks and make them interesting. So, titles that are a little bit like, what? Like one of them is Not All Fish Float. Kind of weird title, right? But it's meant to grab the attention of a young person, be like, what? And I'm talking about darter tetras there because they don't have a full swim bladder, right? So they sink to the bottom. So we're trying to do these little tidbits, just a couple little facts that might be fun, show the fish eating or maybe getting ready to spawn or something like that. Short little things just to see if that appeals to younger folks. So that's what we're going for. I'm glad you like them, Mikey M. Kayla's Aquatics and Reptiles, thanks so much for the super chat. And it's Pippi! Pippi puts pep in your step. Appreciate it, Bob. Thanks so much. I don't know why, but it's hard for me to look at Pippi and not be happy. It's just a fun super sticker. The Fish Guy 5. Will you be getting more species of Rasboras? Yeah. I mean, I'm always looking for more species of Rasboras. So let's see. I'm trying to think. Well, this one is probably not one that a Rasbora fanatic would get excited about, but I'm trying the purple harlequins for the first time. But you're probably talking about some, neat different species. And that's just a variant of a common species. But Liquid Rock Aquatics. What's the difference between checkerboard cichlids and apistos? I know they're different. I don't know much more than that. I don't know exactly what the characteristic is about them that makes them classified as a dwarf cichlid, but not an apisto. But unless I'm vastly wrong, and someone could correct me, but I'm pretty confident to say they are not an apisto. Can't tell you why. I don't know if it's the shape of their jaw. I don't know where that lineage breaks apart. My knowledge of apistos and dwarf cichlids is actually woefully incompetent. I know enough to keep them alive and how to care for them and things, but I've never yet, I will, but there's only so much time in a day. I've never yet really dug in and got into the sciencey side of things and read all those papers and descriptions and such. I've done that kind of stuff for other types of fish, killifish and some others, but I haven't got around to doing it for apistos and dwarf cichlids yet. It just takes a lot of time. Ty Hunsicker. Ty, good to see you. Glad you're here. I'm so glad I made it here tonight. Love the Harlequins. Thank you for the super chat. Always appreciated. Never required. But it's awesome when money falls out of the computer screen and onto our laps. Thank you. Okay, chat jumps. So I'm just looking here. James, you're welcome. James says thank you. Paul Soltero, can you explain why this mysterious substance, what this mysterious substance snow is? All I have to say after a couple of days of dealing with it is you're a lucky man if you don't know what it is. Carodolin works. This just in, if you win a Dancefish gift card for Fishmas, you have to wait till next year to place your order. No, because it won't be shipped to you till next year. You can place it anytime. Kelly Foreman, your response to Paul Soltero got YouTube thought that was more vicious than it was. I'm gonna show it. Shut your face, Paul Soltero. Yeah, all in good fun, I'm sure. Boots cats. Whew, any chance of getting the female threadfin rainbows? We just sold out of the threadfins, and I think there were a few females in there. So I order threadfins when I see a good batch because I like them. Every now and then they're offered as pairs, and I try to get them every time they're offered as pairs, but I haven't seen any offered as pairs for a long time. When I do, though, I will get more in. That's my favorite way to order that fish. It's 8:20. That's all right. We got 10 minutes to get through some of these. I can do that. Survival of the fishiest. The potato fish cam would go viral overnight. Perhaps. Mountaintop Puffer Keeper. Have you ever seen Lentipus? Which one is this? Kijimuna Gobi. Those guys look amazing. Let's look at this. I know Lentipus is a genus, but I don't know if I know this species specifically. What? Oh, here we go. Let's take a look at this. All right. Now you do have to be careful. A lot of Lentipus look pretty good, but only when they're in full spawning flare. Apart from that, they look fairly nondescript. Oh yeah, that's a pretty fish. It's a real pretty fish. Those are males in full spawning color, though. Day to day, that fish is going to look... Well, that's the wrong species, but a lot more like that. Wait, is this a female? No, those both look male. Is this male and female? Yeah. So this is a good example, right? That's a fired up male. That's a female. In the off season, like we have some Lentipus multiradiatus that we got in just recently. That's a really pretty fish when it colors up. But in the off season, this is gonna be quite muted. Now, the good news is they want to spawn all the time. So they do fire up frequently, but I don't want anyone to order that fish and wonder why it's not immediately beautiful. They only look like that when they're feeling dominant, and especially when they want to spawn. So multiradiatus, is it Lentipus? Am I spelling it wrong? Yeah, Lentipus. Is that right? Multiradiatus. There we go. So this is a picture that we took in our tanks. Sorry, I just grimaced because my leg just cramped. Oh, that kind of hurt. I got it out in time, though. Yeah, I was able to extend my leg in time. Anyway, they do look like this. The dominant males will color up and look like this. But not all of them are going to look like this all the time. The subdominant males won't get this much color. They'll get some color, but not that much. So I just want people to be aware of that. Still a neat fish, though, and even when they're not colored up fully, their behavior and just how they scoot around and things is pretty cool. They are definitely a neat fish no matter what. Okay, next one. So, folks, we're going to do the giveaway in just a second. After the giveaway is done, we'll conclude the stream, and I'm going to head over to listen to my wife sing Santa Baby. Here's a link if you want to join me. It's just a short little song that'll be for funsies. Ooh, chat's, hang on, got to get down there. Chat's really stacked here. Just a sec. Holy cow. Can I page down? Yeah, there we go. All right. Yeah, so for those that know my wife or don't know, my wife is a professional singer, and every week she releases a new song. This one's Santa Baby because it's Christmas. All right, we're going to go to this giveaway. The giveaway is for the highly coveted one of a kind, you will be the only one that has this. Mop beard. So 5 nice spawning mops and bragging rights for days. That's what you'll get in today's giveaway. We have 183 eligible users. And okay, presenting's harder here, but I'm going to go there and share that screen for the drawing. And the winner of the mop beard is, can you handle it? Howdy, partner. Well, howdy, partner. Welcome. You've won the mop beard. Are you from Wyoming? I got a feeling. Anyway, you have 2 minutes to chime in. Let us know you're here because you do have to be here to win. And we'll check back in just a couple minutes and see if you're here. If not, you forfeit your winnings and we'll draw someone else. Them's the breaks. Okay, trying to get out of here. And back to that. Okay, here we go. Next question is... Oh, just jumped again. Woo. Next one I can see is if Potato Fish Cam has ads running on the bottom for Dan's Fish. I like it. The hive mind is making this webcam happen. Spencer's sister, remember your mental health video? The potato cam could help people relax. You can even add a tip jar for those that want to feed her. People want this live cam. Wow. Mr. B CPD switched to methylene blue on my Skull Creek rainbows and now have about 40 fry, 5 days old. Goal. That is awesome, Mr. B's CPDs. I'm excited. I hope you raise a ton. I hope you raise a couple hundred and I can buy them from you. I'd love to source those from a hobbyist like yourself. Cheers. That's amazing. Awesome. Fish Fam Christmas. Kelly Foreman's channel will be one of the channels giving away a Dance Fish $100 gift card during Fish Fam Christmas. Awesome. Awesome. Let's see here. Okay, it's been 1 minute and 40 seconds and Howdy Partner has not chimed in yet. We're getting down to the wire. So we might have a different winner here. We'll know in a few seconds. Paul Soltero, snow is the reason I left the Great Garden State for the winter climbs of, is it the Tar Heel State? Tar Heel. I never heard it referred to as that. That's interesting. We watched the pregnant giraffe for months on the webcam. Okay. It's true. It's true. We need to get hairy puffers in. I know, Leo. That's when I'd like to get in. It's hard to bring in those ambush predator puffers because they don't get along. They'll kill each other, in my experience at least. They'll fight. And it's hard to put one puffer in a tank. I know I could make dividers and all that, but maybe one day we'll get there. But right now it's not gonna happen. I'm not saying never, but at this moment. Okay, we're gonna draw another person because Howdy Partner did not chime in. So the winner is Ken's 3D and Aquatics. Ken's 3D and Aquatics. You've won. You have 2 minutes to chime in and claim your winnings. And I hope you do, because I got to get over to watch my wife sing pretty soon. While we're waiting on that, the next one I can see here in the chatty chats is, well, that might be it. All right, there we go. The proud winner of a mop beard. I dare say the first mop beard winner in human history. If we're talking about spawning mops, it's probably cleaning mops that have been converted to Santa beards, but not spawning mops. The mop beard winner is Ken's 3D and Aquatics. What could be better? Congratulations. Please send us an email to hello@dancefish.com. That's HELLO @dancefish.com with your first name, your last name, and your mailing address. And we will figure out how to get that to you. And right now, oh, geez, it is this new software, not new software, but this other software. It's just harder to do things on. All right, I'm going to head over now and watch this lady sing this song. I'll put the link in the chat one more time. Just a couple minutes. And trust me, the lady can sing. I'll see you there. Let me close this out. Thanks for being here, everybody. I want to thank my moderators for modding. I want to thank the members who joined up for joining up, and everyone who's a member, thanks for being a member. Everyone that threw money at us, thanks for the super chats. Always appreciated, never required, but we are a startup company, and it's every little dollar is helpful. Everyone lurking, hail the Lurker Nation. If you're watching on the replay, hello from the past. And if you're listening on the podcast, thanks for listening. We'll be back next Wednesday, same bat time, same bat channel. And I have a couple, I think, pretty cool giveaways for next week that have been donated by a aquarium fish equipment manufacturing company. So until then, I hope you have a good one. Bye-bye. And how do you end the live stream on StreamYard? And broadcast. That's probably how. All right. Bye-bye.